Welcome to my veggie garden this week. It is early summer in New Zealand and the passion fruit, this Robinson Black variety, has got a little bit of thrip unfortunately, so I've been trying to get on top of that with some horticultural soap. I think it might be doing the trick. A lot of the leaves seem to be less affected now. It's Christmas time, so there's Christmas lights all amongst it, so I'm not sure how I'm going to get to remove them when the time comes. They would have grown through them. Let's take a look at my 3 veggie stacks. There are 3 of them. We don't have a lot of space for growing vegetables here, so we have to be reasonably compact. 2.8 meters by 1200 meter boxes, made out of all of the bits and pieces that were left over from our build. And I put them together during lockdown, which made for a nice project in a distressing time. So yeah, early summer, spring vegetables were planted a few weeks ago, and the rhubarb's gone nuts. This just keeps on growing. Over here we've got courgette plants, seem to be doing quite well. I put some straw underneath them just to keep them above the ground and to hold some of the moisture in. There are 3 of those, and there's an eggplant in there as well, which is still very young. Over here we've got some apple cucumbers which seem to be growing very well, seem to be fruiting good, and a tomato plant next to the potato stack. I'll show you some photographs now of the potato stack. This is a thing that I put together in October. You can find them on the internet, and it's for compact planting of potatoes in a vertical column, wrapped around some wire mesh, and the potatoes are planted in layers between layers of straw and topsoil. So that's what that's all about. Seem to be going quite well. The new potato varieties, or the early potato varieties are on the top, which we'll pick in a few weeks, start harvesting from the top down, and down the bottom are the winter varieties, waxy potatoes, which take longer, usually 2 or 3 months. Over here we've got some tomatoes growing wild, stacked up from time to time. Seem to be going pretty well though, and I think we'll get some good crops of tomatoes this year. Last year was very, very poor in New Zealand, but well, here in Taupo anyway. But I think this year's going to be good. I'll get in there later on and pull some of the leaves out and make it a little bit more airy and light for the fruit to ripen properly, but not just yet. There's the potato stack looking down on top of it. Over here they've just pulled out the last of the brassicas, so I've just put some blood and bone and some sheep pellets in there and dug it in. Dug out some oxalis which was in there as well, just trying to keep on top of that, which is a constant battle. I got this for Christmas, which is a device for digging down into the compost bin and turning it over by pulling it back up again. Quite ingenious, and it certainly does the trick. So that's going to make composting a little bit easier, because it's always difficult to get to the bottom of the stack to turn it over. And of course I've only got the room for 1 bin here, so that's all I can do really. Everything is composted from inside, including paper waste and garden and scraps waste goes in there. Certainly don't put anything else in it, that's for sure. I think the idea with growing vegetables in these raised beds, or whatever you like to call them, is the fact that the soil has to have lots of organic material in it, blood and bone and sheep pellets, and be good quality. Oh, there's an oxalis. Oh, get rid of him. Oh dear. I'll deal with him later. And keep it well watered every day. Don't let it dry out, because they'll dry out very quickly which is why they're only about 18 inches off the ground, or what's that, about 500 millimeters off the ground at the very highest. So I think these actually are only about 350 to be fair. I haven't got a tape measure, but that sort of helps them stop drying out. I think the taller ones dry out faster. So yeah, keep them watered well, lots of organic material, compost, blood and bone, sheep pellets, whatever you've got that can feed the plants. They'll go wild. Some lettuce plants put in there a week or 2 ago, a capsicum or a pepper variety. Over here's the strawberries. Unfortunately they got knocked back by about a week of heavy rain, so they haven't been fruiting very well. That's the same all around the country apparently. The prices have gone through the roof as a result. Just in time for Christmas, no strawberries. Isn't that wonderful? And my plants are producing very poorly at the moment too. So there you go, there's the Veggie Stacks and the raised veggie bed, sorry. I'll check in a couple of weeks and we'll see how it's all going. Catch you later. Bye for now.